I don't know what to do for my intro. I feel like between singing and slinging and stuff, I've set the bar high and now I'm out of ideas. Maybe I should clean up, because that would actually be the best trick of all. Full disclosure, I just kicked them over to this side of the room. Saturday. Hi, my name is Maggie, aka Kitschy Whips, here on Instagram and on Flosstube. This is a channel all about cross stitch, and maybe sometimes a cat. Maybe some other times a dog. We adopted a dog, a huge dog, but he's a sweetheart. So maybe he'll show up in a video one day. I don't know. He doesn't seem that interested in cross stitch. Thank you all so much for your comments. So I, from video to video, will forget. Like, I shot the flip through, and then in my next video I was like supposed to say, oh, thanks for like enjoying the flip through video, that was a lot of fun, and then I forgot to say it. So like, I feel like I'm always saying, okay, so 3 videos ago. It's kind of how I tell a story, so really we shouldn't expect anything different, I guess. I don't know. How are y'all doing? I'm doing great. I had so much fun doing that Myth and Magic flip through. I would love to get some more books and do that again. I just love that kind of thing. And I love watching other people do that. So if you've been wondering if you should do a flip through of a cross stitch book or a magazine, please do. I love that stuff. I don't get any of the magazines because I kind of just assume there's nothing in there I'll really want to spend the money for, like all of that, when maybe there's one pattern that I might want to do, which means I put it in my stash and I forget about it. But I love to see what's in stuff. So yeah, show it off. If you got it, show it off. I'd love to see it. But I had a lot of fun doing that Myth and Magic flip through. I'd love to do it again sometime. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you also to everyone that was so encouraging about my Disney full coverage kits from the last video. Y'all are so sweet to me. And I love you so much. It was very encouraging. I jumped into it totally confused because everybody seems to start from the top left corner on a full coverage, a HAID, if you will. And I'm a middle starter, or I have been since I started stitching again during the pandemic. I used to never start in the center. But since the pandemic, I was like, well, what the heck? Let's get wild, start in the middle. So I started Snow White in the middle, and then I started second guess myself, and I was like, maybe I should start in the corner. Then I posted my Instagram stories, and it was pretty split. People, I always start in the corner, but the majority seemed to think that if I was using the fabric included in the kit, I should start in the middle, because they don't always add enough for the edges. And when I say add enough, I mean for other stitchers, because y'all know I don't care about edges. But it made a lot of sense. So I had already frogged what I had started in the center, so then I started again. The best part of the second start is I don't even have it to show it to you because I put it up and I don't remember where I put it. But it wasn't all that amazing. It's like a few brown stitches. It's on my Instagram at Kitschy Whips if you would like to see the picture. That's even better than the video, quite frankly. Quick Queen City Stitch Retreat update. It's coming, y'all. Oh, registration's almost here. Okay, so had a video chat with my lovely friend Fiber Arts Amy yesterday. September 1st, we are going to announce hardcore details. Some we've already announced, but we're gonna give you stuff like the dates, the location again, the cost, and how registration is gonna work. I will do my best to get another Flosstube up on or around the 1st to explain all of that. We will give all of that information to y'all through the email list and the Facebook group. I can tell you that registration will open on October 1st. It's like a month away, and October is my birthday month, y'all. We're gonna be like officially moving on retreats. I am so excited. We want to go shopping so bad. Like, and it's crazy because it is over a year away. Well, no, it's almost just a year away. I'll edit that out. Links in the description box below. Sign up for the email mail. We call it a mailing list. It's email. Don't use your physical address. Double check what you're putting in the email list to make sure you're on it. Join the Facebook group. I will be putting it there. Amy handles mailing list. Is that all my business? Probably not. All right, y'all ready? It's time for stitching. I actually did some. It feels like I have not stitched much at all lately. Feel like that to you? About me? Or yourself? Share below your stitching journey this week. Because I don't know, I've just kind of had a lot of days where I'm like, I want to stitch, but I don't want to stitch, and my hands have been wrecked. Like, major numbness is not good. That being said, I feel like I always say that. I never finish anything, and here's 5 finishes, or I never stitched that. Here I stitched it. I didn't stitch it all this week. Here's my 20 whips. I don't make no sense. I'm pretty sure that's why y'all like me so much. All right, let's just do this. I started a new chatelaine for Chatelaine Wednesday. Best day of the week. Chatelaine Wednesday is on fire, y'all. I am so excited. And I say that every video, every time I talk about Chatelaine Wednesday. I don't care. You can just hear it again. I am so grateful that Fiber Arts Amy and I started this thing because so many people have joined in. Have you seen all the projects people have done? So many people have started chatelaines that didn't think they could stitch it or weren't sure they could do it, or that's kind of the same thing what I just said. That's how intimidating it is sometimes. It's amazing. Y'all have shown up and I am loving it. This is Le Parfum. I'm gonna try to start putting in pictures of stuff, like what they're supposed to look like, because this is gonna look like nothing. But I'm gonna show it anyway, because it counts. It does not matter if you do not stitch a lot on Chatelaine Wednesday. If you get 1 stitch in, that is progress and we want to see it. Le Parfum is a collection of like perfume bottles. Well, obviously, I guess you saw it in the picture. It's not a mandala, but I love it because of all those browns, and I definitely wanted to do it on a blue fabric to match my bedroom. At what I've stitched so far is the middle of the middle bottle. Ella, Martina's daughter, who now runs Chatelaine Designs, and we should be thanking her daily because she is not a stitcher. And she picked up her mom's business when her mom passed away, and she has continued it. We are extremely lucky that Ella loves us as much as she does. What makes this project more special for me is Ella commented when I posted a picture of it and said that she remembers seeing those bottles in her mother's room. What a cool connection and a cool memory. And I'm really just excited that she shared that with me because it was really cool. Join Chatelaine Wednesday. You know you want to. Maybe you don't want to. And that is okay. Consensual stitching. I don't think I've shown an update for Sew to Stitch Saturday. This is one that Burn Stitches started to get stitching on some Sew to Stitches. Sew to Stitch is the company, not Stitches. They do super cutie. They are a South Korean design company. They are on Etsy. I believe they are still selling paper or PDF. So make sure you look up Sew to Stitch on Etsy before you buy their patterns anywhere else. I find that they tend to be quite expensive if you don't buy directly from them, but their PDFs are reasonably priced and they've got a bajillion patterns and they're all adorable. I'm doing Strawberry Fairy for my daughter. I believe this is a 14 count Charles Craft, like printed Ada that I thought looked really nice, and then I got it and was like, well, it's kind of splotchy, but I think it's going to work for this really well. Look at this little chipmunk. Cheep, cheep. I don't think that's the sound they make. But isn't it cute? I need to get back to this. Oh my gosh. Story of my life. One day when I have 100 Flosstube videos, I'm going to hire someone to do a supercut video of just me saying, I need to get back to this. The video will probably be like Lord of the Rings extended edition long. Look who came out to play. It's my resting wizard face. Hello. I did start him. Now, I've stitched Karen Weaver's stuff before, but it was, I think it's called Circle of Life Sampler. I'll have to show it sometime. I actually have the finish because I gave it to my mom and then I found it in my basement. It was not done well. Anyway, so I've done her stuff before, but obviously that was in 1990. something more. I started him thinking, well, no big deal. I decided to start at the top of this gate, and then I realized Miss Karen Weaver was a little devious, and she starts out with 1 strand tent stitch on the gate. So she mixes it's not just a X situation. It's a mixture of full cross, half cross, tent, whatever, which is cool. Like it's gonna make a really neat effect. But doing it is not that much fun when you want to start something and get a big chunk done, and instead you're like, with these little tiny stitches. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. That's just the top of the gate. As you can see, I'm just speeding right along. So if you're interested in my resting wizard face, Lucian, Wizard of Fire, check him out on eBay or wherever fine patterns are sold. I started my sassy skeleton. Ooh, baby. Skeleton mosaic from Works by ABC. I just decided to go for it. I wanted to start him. I had all the stuff. I decided to go with sulky, glowy threads for at least the skeleton. And I say at least the skeleton because y'all remember from one of my videos, I talked about how I was gonna do like parts of the whole pattern in glow in the dark. I've never worked with sulky, glowy thread before this. It is not my favorite experience so far. And I think I just need to get used to it. But I decided to do 2 strands of white and 1 strand of yellow. So 3 strands of sulky glowy thread on 28 count linen. People talk about how Krynic comes off the spool and it's all twirly and they don't like it, which I get, but it's never bothered me because once I stitch, like it straightens itself out pretty fast, I find, just my experience. But with this glowy thread, not only is it twirly off the spool, twirly off the spool would make a great what? Blog name? Nobody blogs anymore, do they? That would make a great song, a great blog name, or a fantastic band name, Twirly Off the Spool. Twirly off the spool, twirly off the spool. Anyway, it's twirly off the spool, but not only that, it's slick. And I'm trying to handle 3 at once. So I'm having to put a lot of pressure on my hand to get it to work. And the worst part is the work would be worth it, except I feel like my stitches look really messy. It was not, well, let me just be quiet and show you. So this is my start. I guess it doesn't look too bad. These are obviously his ribs. I kind of tried to find the middle. What do y'all think? I'm gonna keep going. Sassy Skeleton thinks I'm gonna let some slick, glowy thread get me down. He's sadly mistaken. And look at that. He's not thinking I can't do it. He's telling me to be cheerful and live my life, right? He's cheering me on. If you happen to have this one or you just want to get this one, hashtag it Sassy Skeleton. No, yeah. Don't hashtag it Sassy Skeleton. Yo, yeah. Don't. Hashtag Sassy Skeleton Sal. And my girl on tote bag. God, I totally just slapped myself in the face. That's better. My Sassy Skeleton bag. Doing yoga with cat hair on it. Alexis, my amazing world, had a birthday this week. She turned 34. Happy birthday, Alexis. Her birthday sale this year was 4 new starts, and instead of doing 4 new starts, I picked out 4 different whips to work on it, and I worked on one of them. Alexis loves me. I know she'll let me do whatever I want. And I decided to work on Aquarius. Alexis has already stitched this one and finished it. Love her finish that she did on that. Go check out her videos. This is where I'm at. I'm just using the called for fabric because I just kind of like the look of it. Plus, again, the browns with the blues will look really good in my bedroom. I don't have, like I've said before, I don't have an Aquarius in my family, I don't think. I'm going to just leave off the Aquarius, but I'm going to do everything else as charted because she's way blingy and beautiful. This arm, if you're getting ready to stitch this, takes 3 years. This one, I messaged Alexis like months ago and said, okay, so I'm loving this, but what's up with this arm? And she immediately knew what I was talking about. She's like, oh yeah, that arm takes forever. I've done more work on Bluebell. I have messed up somewhere on her dress, and I am choosing not to care. So I've gotten, I mean, quite a bit of her dress finished, or at least outlined, I guess. This is a fabric of the month from Grace Notes Fabrics. I love this color. Oh, I love it. This is a 28 count linen that I'm stitching her on. I'm trying to get her finished before the retreat so I can give the Bluebell pattern away because it is out of print. Somebody did a conversion of this where she's got like a white dress and everything else is green. Oh, it's gorgeous. Speaking of conversions, I did not mention this in my last video, but I am going to do a skin conversion on Bluebell. A month ago, I'm driving down the road. Okay, so let me ask y'all this question. Do y'all think about stitching when you're driving down the road or doing something totally unrelated to stitching? Because I do. I'm driving down the road exactly like this. And I'm thinking about Bluebell, like, okay, where do I want to go next? And, you know, was that like a fluff ball that came across the screen? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm thinking about Bluebell and her blue dress on that blue fabric, and it hits me. Lupita from the Oscars. Do y'all remember her in this dress? I just remember when she walked in this powder blue dress, I thought I was gonna die. It was so gorgeous. Then Serena Williams announced her retirement from tennis, and she was on the cover of Vogue, and look at the cover of this magazine. I was like, oh snap. So I'm definitely changing the skin tone on Bluebell because look at the gorgeousness. I'm so excited. I hope it works out. It'll work out. It'll be fine. Luckily, the stitching community is very helpful, and you guys will tell me what to do if I mess up. I've got an update on Golden Girl Apples. I'm stitching this with Fiber Arts Amy. I'm using a wood print fabric from Fabric Flare, 28 count, and I've finished the dress and started on her skin. Very cool. I think the last one I've got to show y'all today is my witch mashup. Spellbound and Witching Hour. I just recently picked this back up last night to try to get a little more done on it. If I buckle down, I could get this finished. Like, it feels like there is not much left. I know that's not true. I also say that about everything. This is Vampiric 28 count linen from Under the Sea Fabric. This is Fabrics. So last night I did the owl and I started Witching Hour. Like I finished the other leg of the chair and came up here and started to do the rest of her. So this is where I'm at. Basically, I've got her like chesticles, her face, the hat, and her hair. Then the books and the cat over here beating. Bada bing, bada boom, bloop, bloop. Bing pot. She's finished. They're finished. We're finished? Oh, and I got to figure out the bottom of Spellbound's dress. So for the first time in months, I bought some new needle minders. That was one of the things that I discovered when I came back to stitching. We didn't have needle minders back in the day, at least not that I ever knew about. But that was one of like the new inventions when I came back to stitching. I was like, where has this been all my life? I like to use them to keep my pattern on my work while I'm working because I'm a paper pattern stitcher. These are from Grandma Girl Designs. I got me a little, well, my finger's behind it. A little Lebowski, little Big Mac, old school McDonald's, Haunted Mansion, one of my favorite rides. And they sent me this one for free, little popcorn. The reason I found out about them is because I had posted a pin of a cookie tin and I'm like, oh, this would make a great needle minder. And then a bunch of people pointed me to her that she's got a needle minder of the cookie tin. And if you know, you know, like these never have cookies in them. They always have sewing notions. It actually opens and you can put your little orts in there. How clever is that? This is Melody from Grace Notes Fabrics. And this is I Lilac You a Lot from Fiberlicious. And luckily, they are showing up really great on video because let me tell you, these are a butt to photograph. Am I the only one that has trouble photographing purple fabric? Drives me nuts. It always comes out gray or blue, but this is pretty representative of these. The modeling on this one is insane. I love it. It's gorgeous. And this one has some bits of green in it. Ugh, I love them. Cool thing is I got these two fabrics at the same time I got Lavender Mist, the new Mirabilia pattern. This is an interesting one. Because when I first saw it, my initial reaction was, ooh, cool. And then I was like, well, no, yeah, cool. No, I like it. And I did that for like 2 days. And then I just ordered her because look at her fancy jewelry and everything in her hair, all those beads. I had a few people message me with comments like they wish her dress was a full dress, which I kind of get. That was my initial thought. However, what I'm planning on doing, if I ever finish her, is to frame her up tight on this cutoff part so that she actually looks like a little scene, if that makes sense. Honestly, like, I would love a full dress, but it doesn't bother me because if you have a full dress, you got to stitch a full dress. So shouldn't this be fast to do? This is the other idea I had. Y'all know I love my ideas. I'm an idea person, not so much the talent of the show. So I need someone that knows what they're doing to do this. I'm going to give you this idea for free. Ready? Which Halloween her up. Go with me on this. Do her dress in different colors. Either Halloween colors or black, purples, blues, you know, make her witchy looking. Change these colors, but personally I would keep it because I love bling, and I'm pretty sure witches love bling too. Some witches, I guess. Take out the flowers, put a skull in her hands. That's what she's looking at. This hand is doing some sort of incantation. You could put little beads or Chronicure for little sparkle spell things. And on her lap, you could do a bowl, like she's doing this over a bowl, or a book. Who has the talent? Who has the desire? I think that would be so cool. I thought I'd share a quick rescue with you guys before we say goodbye. This is not a new rescue. I got it from a thrift store here in the area in August of last year. I try to write the dates and like where I found stuff on the back of things like this, just so, you know, I remember, my family knows that I didn't do this. But it hangs up in my kitchen. It's strawberries. I love strawberries. Strawberry shortcake, the 80s cartoon. If it's got strawberries on it, I'm sold. I love the way they had this framed with this brown and green. It looks great. And this is a really cool little stitch. Well, it's not even that little, really. Look at the shading on those strawberries. Isn't that cool? I really like this one. Well, I think we did it, y'all. Check down in the description box below. I will link or mention whatever I can down there. If I make any corrections, they will all be in the description box below. I got a mention recently from the Traveling Stocking Stitcher. Super cool account. Check it out. She can turn anything into a stocking. And stockings, other than full coverage, is something that I have not gotten into. I'm gonna say yet. I don't want to say never, because then next week I'll show you like 20 stockings. They are cool. She does some really cool stuff where it's not just patterns that are meant to be stockings. It's like fancy ladies and things like that. She'll turn it into a stocking. It's really neat. I hope to be back sooner rather than later. I love spending time with y'all. Thank you for spending time with me. If there is something in particular you would like to see me show, talk about, explore, what have you, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. Here's a question. What do y'all think about the length of my videos? I feel like in the world of Flosstube, they're pretty short, but it's really difficult for me to sit down and watch a long video. I have to watch it in parts over like weeks. Which I don't mind, I'll gladly do it. But I don't know, do you like shorter videos? Do you like longer videos? I just know there's a bajillion Flosstubes out there. So number one, thank you for allowing me to be one of them in your life. But also, if mine are short, then you get mine out of the way and you've got time to watch more of other people. All right. I'll see you soon. Brink, brink, brink.